but you liked her, and I like Ben, and you were with Jennifer. Why does it hurt when I know we'll never be together? How was I supposed to hang on to you forever? You're blind, I wanna make you mine, but time runs short, and then goodbye. Let's go back and pretend you never broke my heart. Let's rewind and pretend we never said goodbye. Let's reverse and get back to the very start. Let's find out if you ever shared it all. Back to that beat, a ditch of my way. Life's a fish has always been my motto.
You'll notice each team has fielded 5 players. 4 of them are up on the pivot line. Those are the blockers for their team. And down with the stars on their hats are our jammers. Jamming first off in the very first jam of tonight's proceedings, we've got... Who have we got over there? We've got Jamie Dodger.
So, we're going to do a slow-mo first up.
Oh, we're doing a demo.
So you can explain what happens.
Awesome. Thanks, Zephyr. So Zephyr's the thing is that we're doing a slow-mo. Really, you should have a low-mo out there, but that's okay. And pivoting just in our demonstration jam as well. Who have we got jamming up there for Bay City Rollers? Who's that? I think we got Angel. The Angel. It's Angel. Here we go. So the whistle blows and the blockers move off over the pivot line. Second whistle goes, and that means that the jammers are released. They make their way towards the packs and they fight their way through. Here we see 2 very strong 4 walls from each of the teams. Miss getting in the middle there to break up the BCR. BCR make it out first. That makes them the lead jammer. She has to skate away as fast as she can. Heading back around towards the pack when she can start collecting points. It's really important that they don't back block anybody. No back blocking allowed. That'll get you sent to the bin. She makes it through. She claims 4 points, 1 for each of the jammers. The next jammer makes it out. She also collects 4 points on her way through. Here we see Angel placing her hands fervently on her hips in the I'm pulling it off maneuver. The importance of getting lead jammer is that it gives you the ability to call off the jam, which means you get to make it stop and for a new one to start. Ideally, you want to do this before the other jammer collects any points.
Here it goes.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, now a little bit different. We're calling this a scrum start. This is right up on the jam line. We're seeing this more and more in roller derby at the moment. Here we go. Ooh, a move from Bay City Rollers. They get 5 seconds to sort themselves out. And jam's off. No pack is called. Jenny Joshua at front. Angel is busting away through. There's a ball, but it was called. And Angel from Bay City Rollers is called lead jammer on this very first jam. Quickly following up behind, we've got Janie Dodger. We see a couple of, whoa, nice ball balls, and she pulls it off. And no points scored in that jam.
Nice catch.
Good save.
She's moving out of the way because I can't see.
Well, that was close, wasn't it?
Who have we got lining up here? Angel in again, 2 jams in a row. Okay, Cash running up the outside, getting herself lead jammer. Angel still in the pack there, she gets
Angel's getting worked over in the back there.
seeing there, if the jammer is blocked off the track, they must re-enter behind the person that blocked them. Okay, Gash makes it through, pulls it off. 2 points for Bay City Rollers. For Richter City for a certain amount of time. Okay, and we're back. Have a scrum start here, starting the line. Armageddon called Lee Jammer. Breaking her way through for a grand slam, ladies and gentlemen. That's a full 5 points. In that situation, they get the jammers point as well as the blockers. You see a ref call with their arms in the air like that, that's a no-pack situation. Here we have, ooh, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the Richter City Jammer is on her way to the box.
Power jam.
So here we go. Basic Rollers is not the lead jammer. She cannot pull this jam off. It will go a full 2 minutes. Way more exhausting than it sounds. She's pushing hard. Some really great strategic play here by both teams.
When they go make a through, it's one through the lead, they can pull it off. That's only difference.
That's right, she's being recycled on the inside there. Ooh, it's not easy out there.
Richter's doing a good job.
Here we go, and another convict on her way to the penalty bin. Maybe they should have bars around her. Maybe it should be there herself. Here we go, the jammer makes it through. She's hitting. She gets herself a full 5 points. She gets herself the ghost points from the bin. And that is the end of that exciting jam. Just a really quick reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if you do decide to sit closer to the track in what we call the suicide seats, and they call that for a reason, please make sure you do not have any beverages with you. It's really important that we keep that part of the track nice and dry.
No drinking outside.
Off again. And a no-pack's call again. Really, really strong wall work by both teams here tonight. There we go. Patrick's going to make it through the pack again.
Okay.
And Bay City Jammer in the bin. We go, no pack's being called. It's a tough situation to be in. Just the 2 remaining blockers from ECR. Their bin is full. It's a tough one to be in. They're going to do their damnedest to stop that jammer. Getting too many more points. And Volcanic Ash on her way to the box for Richter City Roller Derby.
Confusing players, he's head wrecking the game. It's not
Go Beatrix Skinner jamming for Richter City Roller Derby. What a great pass, straight on through, breezing her way.
Certainly clocking up the points.
It's amazing. These power jams can really make or break a game. You can see 20 points racked up in a single jam in a power jam situation. It's also really, really hard not to incur more penalties when you are the only blockers left out there trying to stop that jam and getting more points. There we go! Bay City Jammer makes it through!
Okay, let's go for it.
That was incredible.
One. Yeah, and then 2.
It was an amazing jam by the Convicts. Give it up, Convict supporters. Yeah, they're out there. We've got a few, couple of the Convicts ladies are actually originally from Tauranga, so their families are a little bit divided today. We'll see what happens when they're playing them out. Don't worry, she's not doing it for nothing, she's doing it to win prizes. Here we go, and the jam is off once again. Here we have Anna Paviova for Richter City Convicts called the lead jammer, jamming for Bay City Rollers. Jammer Bay City Rollers makes it out of the pack.
That was worth a pizza, wasn't it?
That was great. That was definitely worth a pizza.
Yeah, I need to try to see that.
Are they pallets or not?
Yeah, the pallet. Sorry.
No, it's all right for you guys.
Have we got a soft race, eh, at the next one?
Here we go. Coming up again, we have Janie Dodger, called the lead jammer for Richter City Convicts. Jammer for Bay City Roller makes it clear of the pack. And she's a speedy one, this one. Help on the Bay City Roller name. Janie Dodger calling it off before Bay City Rollers can get themselves any points. We have racing to the jam line there. You see some spills on the way to the jam line these days. It's getting pretty heated down there.
So tell me, what sort of wall is that?
Well, we got them. Well, I'd say those are 2 4 walls. And see Richter City bench manager Dan Hannon, they're pulling someone off the track very quickly because they identify they've already got one in the box. So Richter City starting with only 3 blockers in this game. Very strong 4 wall there at the front from Bay City Rollers. Okay, cool. Macca Smacker, jamming there for Bay City Rollers. And some penalties being called there. Was that a back block? A direction of play. Anna Paviova, make it out of the back again. And on her tail. Macca Smacker. It was one slower. Beautiful. Another 3 points for Anna Paviova. There's really some incredible teamwork happening out there. Some really strong falls from both teams and some great gear work too.
Skating talent, it's amazing.
Once again, we've got Bay City Rollers in the front, and Richter City in the back there on a knee. Angel, number 737. Oh, a nice move there, heading themselves up to the front of the pivot line and holding strong. Number 737, that's Angel, jamming there again for Bay City Rollers. And Beatrix Skiddo, making it out as lead jammer. There we go. She's got her run on, it's Angel for Bay City Rollers. Beatrix Skiddo. Taking the skiddo there at the end and calling it off. Here we have and another little official timeout. There was a Twitter account by the name of Jamline and a Twitter account by the name of Pivotline. Pivotline's always asking for more friends because he's feeling so lonely these days.
And we have a start here.
Here we go.
Both jammers trying to find their way through.
Fresh Bandicoots jamming for Bay City Rollers and a paper over called the lead jammer. And very, very exciting tonight. If you look closely at the Convicts uniforms, you'll actually see a green patch on them, which is gets it out of the pack and pulls it before she can get any more points and conserves her energy, I imagine. So those green patches on the Convicts uniforms are Richter patches. Richter City Roller Derby has a couple of months ago officially been confirmed as a Richter Apprentice League, one of only two in New Zealand, along with Paris City Rollers.
Apprentice League.
Yeah, Apprentice League. So hopefully in the next year we're going to have a couple of full affiliates right here in New Zealand. Here we go, Melanoma getting lead jam for Richter City Roller Derby. This is Miller's first, she's still in her first season and she's sort of renowned for a couple of little tricks there. One of them sort of is a skateboard. She skates sideways. Oh, recycling the Bay City Jammer right the way to the back there. It's Flaming Chaos. Jamming there for Bay City Rollers. Flaming Chaos out of the pack there. And Noma pulling it off. 3 points there for Bay City Rollers.
We haven't had a collision.
We got a few people on their feet now. Before each jam starts, the official does give them 5 seconds notice, so they've got 5 seconds to make their move, as it were. Here we go. This is a tricky move. You don't want to get caught destroying the pack. Good work there. And Bay City Rollers out of the pack and straight to the bin. No, she's coming back round again. It's Angel for Bay City Rollers.
When you exit the track, you exit on the outside.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's right. She couldn't just go straight there. She had to go around the outside.
Around the outside.
Around the outside. Here we go. So we are now in a power jam situation once again. So nice big hit there. Here we go. We've got a direction to play on number 83 and she's off to the bin. She's probably thinking it was worth it. There's some really skillful technical throws happening here.
The idea is to hold the match as much as you can.
Well, we've got a situation here called trapping or voting, trying to actually break the pack by holding an opposing team member back with you, meaning that the jammer has the littlest amount of track cover to cover as possible.
Now tell me, if you push a player backwards,
Well, as long as
is she skating backwards or is she skating forward?
she's skating clockwise or anti-clockwise. That's a very, I guess it depends which way her bum is facing. Oh, I'm re-entering now. She makes it straight through the back on that one. We go. There's some really strong pair and teamwork coming from BCR and sticking together. Nice team. Still points for both teams on that one. That was a pretty impressive grand slam there. You remember as well that many of both teams here tonight have got quite a lot of new or precious players in their team. So we've got a couple of older hands there in Richter City. Vera Mischief in her third travel season.
Now remember, people, Hell's Pizza out there if you're hungry.
Yeah, don't get hungry.
We'll do something for you later.
Oh! JD Dodger taking out late jammer by scooching through on the inside. We have a full contingent of players on the track at the moment and we're starting to see some bigger spills. JD Dodger coming around there.
What's her name?
Well, actually, that'd be Janie Dodger. She's got a background in artistic skating.
Wow,
As a younger.
Falling down.
Yeah, but it's with finesse, right?
Yes. She had one leg up. That was cool.
Some of the Bay City roller players are also passing through their card jump
That
right
was a
there.
pretty cool move. It was an upper move, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's amazing what you can get away with by not watching before a game. And we have one of the Bay City roller skaters on his way to the bit. There he comes. Janie Dodgen collecting another grand slam. Some pretty impressive school point lead we've got it seeing at the moment for Richter City. But Bay City aren't letting up. They're not giving up easy. Bay City Rollers, of course, competed at the national tournament in Palmerston North last month and did very well.
They're doing a great job.
You see that skater at the front there wasn't allowed to hit her at that point. She has to remain within 20 feet of the pack. And that is called the engagement zone. If you engage out of the zone, then it's not going to end in a happy marriage.
And that's front and back.
Front and back. Here, stay out of the engagement zone. Stay in the engagement zone.
In the engagement zone, yes. All right.
Make yourselves available within the engagement zone.
Yeah, it sounds more professional to say that.
There we have, and we've got a pivot line start here for Bay City Rollers.
I'd love to see it in
Pivot line's getting a little bit of a
we have red hot chili in the way.
I think getting a nice view there. Don't get the skating skills of these referees. It's fantastic. Here we go. Another strong wall there. Oh, that one's got to be too close to look how close that one is. They're chasing each other. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we like to see. Both hitting the pack at the same time. And we said both scoring points at the same time. Oh, it's exciting derby when we see that happening. Here by Beatrice Tauranga. Oh, a big dive on Angel. She's up and she's back in the pack. And she's just going to keep going. She wants those points.
Yeah, it's a rough game. The one time I played derby.
We do have a men's league now. We've got a couple of men's leagues now in New Zealand. I mean, they're not happy with everything. They want to play and they want to get out there and Here we go. Who have we got in the pack here for Richter City? We've got Heidi Contagious. And there with Switchback Betty. They were with the Convicts last year. It's a great partnership up there with Armageddon.
Should we not go for a walk in, Mike? Would you like to go for a walk?
Here we go. Bay City Gemma realizes she's lead, pulls it off
Oh yeah.
just at the end of the jam there.
Okay, we've got a sock race coming up now.
Alrighty, we're going to have a little bit of fun now. How many children do we have in the
Here we
audience
go. So
tonight?
that's half time, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We're almost ready. Skaters are back on the track. Here we go. Bay City taking the back line on that one and a very aggressive start there. As we start with the Richter City Jammer in the box. She must have gone to the box at the very end of that last jam. So Bay City Roll starting in a very strong position here with a power jam right off the start here. And it's up to Angel Rage to get as many points as possible and start to get some points back on the clock there. Back on the board for Bay City. She comes up now with her scoring pass because you don't get points on your first pass only once you've been around the track once. And there she is, a full grand slam. Give it up for Angel and Bay City Rollers.
I don't think so.
A strong position here for the power jam.
Richter's winning.
By like 100 points. So those power jams can really, really change the course of the game. We've seen a couple of them here tonight for Richter City and they've really used them to their advantage. There we go, sneaking up on the inside. Beatrice Getting a full 4 points, calling it off before Beatrix Skiddo gets the opportunity to get any more points on the board for Richter City. Going into the second half, quite a substantial lead there. Bay City are going to do everything they can to shut them down. Hello, we've got some dancing Richter Cities over there. What do they put in the water? Here we go, straight into another jam there, straight off the jam start line. They're just going to now make it back in the pack now. Melanoma, oh! A slip slide. Of course, the other skater goes down. It's called, if she's on the floor, it's an easy score. You do not have to reach behind it.
I think I've heard that one in the bar as well.
What kind of fun are you at, MC Ham? Oh, bit of a mess there, bit of a calling it off. Some really exciting run. This is a really good roller derby.
Very good, very intense.
And who we got there in the box? We got the captain in the box. There's Tim McCarthy, number 83 in the box for Bay City Rollers. We go, it's a knee start there by Richter City, and up the outs. Oh, and she slides down, but she gets out of the pack. Here we have, oh, it's another.
It's a power jam.
Here we go. Number 52, Flaming Chaos in the box.
Just took 5 points there, everybody.
Here we go, that was a grand slam there for Armageddon. Armageddon, who joined Richter City this year,
That's poetry.
placed with comic slams in her home team.
10 points on those 2 quick laps there.
Just like that. Bay City are going to do what they can to minimize the damage on this one.
And she's doing it just like that.
Bouncing off the blockers.
That's 15 points in this jam so far.
Coming up again. Oh! She knows she's cut. She felt it on her wheel. There's rope under that track, and she goes back on in there. She knows she's out. Doesn't stop her getting through and collecting another 5 points. Collecting those first points. Up and down. She's taking some big hits here, ladies and gentlemen, but she just picks herself up and keeps on going.
Here we go, it's another 5.
She pulls it off before 52 Flaming Chaos can get any points. Flaming Chaos there, hooning it to the pack.
24-point jam.
In a 24-point jam. Wow, let's hear it for a 24-point jam, ladies and gentlemen. Miss riding up to the track there to join her team on the line.
Isn't that official? So official.
So official.
It's officially official.
So as we get towards the second half of these games, you do start to see a little more few of them. The sheriff there up the front, beating down on Anna Paviova, who is called lead jammer.
Oh, another jammer in the box.
Another.
Oh no.
Here we have no, she's not. She's going to keep going.
Just call it off.
Anna Paviova pulling it off before any points were scored. You'll notice though that these BCR skaters aren't giving up. They're still diving in until that 4th whistle resounds. Any chance of a point and they're going to want it.
Official timeout.
Another little official timeout here.
Steve. And Emma.
And then you just and then you stop that jammer. You
Got a
get
cheeky dog on our side.
the adrenaline really gets pumping in these, and then you see more and more penalties as people just dive in for those hits. They all want them.
The big caboose.
Okay. The officials getting called off here.
There we go. Zephyr is zipping around. Who have we got lining up on the jam line there? We've got Janie's Dodgem. The Convicts up against. Is that
Oh, there's no.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got 2 blockers in the bin for Bay City Rollers on this one. But they are fielding a jammer. And she,
Right around the inside there.
there we go, lead jammer for Bay City Rollers, but there's a tussle between the jammers at the front there. Janie Goldman is not going to give it up easily. And forces are cool. Executioner getting a little bit riled up there.
And she had her own hand
No,
signals
she
going on.
said she gave her 1.
1 point.
Well, I don't think she meant to do with it. Wasn't that a friendly wave?
Very friendly.
I wave like that all
It
the time.
gets really friendly out there.
You wave like that all the time?
I wave like that all the time when I'm driving. Here we go. RCR starting to get up on the pivot line there. Winner very.
Oh, there's a nice little elbow.
There we go.
We've got 0-4 off the cutting.
0-4. Jammer is saying, get out of the way, ref. I'm on my way to the box.
We got another power jam here.
We got another power jam. Beatrix Skidder once again collecting a grand slam for the Convicts.
That's poetry.
They've got some very, very clean, hard strategies that they're playing in these situations.
Teamwork.
They really trained hard as a team to figure these strategies out and make them work for them. This is another grand slam.
Those blockers are doing an awesome job.
That is it.
She's just clocked up 15 points.
Is it 15? I do believe so. It's coming back around again.
Nice strike.
One of the Convicts off to the bin. Oh, it's a nice hit there from 52. It's Flaming Chaos. And she pulls it off before Bay City Jammer even makes it out of the bin. That means that the Convicts are starting this one into a power jam.
Yeah, the girls they're overheating a bit.
Yeah,
But we can't open the doors because, we want everyone to play. Get in.
Yeah, unless they're manned, eh?
Yeah, we've got to police them.
We know it's hot in here. These girls are really hot. It's heated.
Straight into a power jam.
There we go, straight into the power jam. Janie Dodger taking it on the inside.
102 lead jammer. Power
There
jam.
we go, and there's that strategy again. Taking it for some points
Another 5.
as the Bay City Jammer makes it back into the pack from the penalty bin. She's like a whippet, this Janie Dodger. And there's that Bay City Jammer. That's Bambi. She's fast herself.
Hold it off.
Janie just puts it up before she can get any points. If you're looking up to the scoreboard there and wondering where all the points have gone, we've had this happen at Richter City in our home season bouts as well. I've had it happen against me when your opposing team gets more than 200 points. On the right hand side we have the Richter City team points, and that's 214 up against 44 for Bay City Rollers. Volcanic Ash, straight through, lead chemical for the Convicts. Really good push there from 737. She's on her way to the bin for it. It happens out there, you know, it gets hot and it gets mean.
3-7 jammer in the box for cutting.
There we go. And Volcanic Ash is on her way to the box too. Number 15. What happens in this situation is
The jammer sits down for
as soon as
that
that jammer sits down, the other one will stand up. And the second jammer will serve the same amount of time that the first jammer served. It's really just to ensure that you have a jammer, at least one jammer on the track at all times. Now you have basically rollers, BCL defending a power jam there, and there she is through the pack. 737, it's Angel for Bay City Rollers. Oh, hitting the pack with a lot of velocity, a lot of speed there, and it's a big tussle out the front.
because both jammers are sent to the box.
And she pulls it off before the Convicts jammer can get her way back into the pack. Still takes 3 points for it though, not quick enough.
She was meant to be sent.
Yeah, but she only serves the same amount of time that the jammer serves.
Only meant to give her on him. She gets a major, if he blows the whistle, it sends her.
So she went for a minor, but it should have been a major?
No, if he blow a whistle for
For a major?
she tried to pull her off.
Alright, beginning of another jam.
Ah, so illegally pulling it off there.
And he sent her for a major. She
Convicts, jammer there is working hard on the back.
should have just gone for a minor.
So
2-0-1-2.
Bay City jammer starting in the bin there for illegally calling off the last jam.
Power.
It's an easy mistake to make, which sees these Convicts straight back into another power jam situation. And this is, some people say that this is boring, but I reckon, oh, this is where you're getting to see some mean hits, and this is where the real strategy of the team starts to come out.
Must be hard being
Here we go, there's another one. She's going. Some big spills coming through.
Did she keep all the fingers? Has he got all the fingers?
I bet that was a grand slam for Armageddon. We're seeing some big power jams here. The sheriff is down, the sheriff's back up.
Bay City's blockers are doing a great job of it.
Oh, Armageddon off for a low block major. Sees her off to the bin. She will be joining the BCR jammer, who looks like it's only took a couple of seconds. That means Armageddon's probably only going to do the same amount of seconds herself.
Now the other one's going to be released too.
There we go. And Angel makes it through the pack.
Convicts jammer's back on.
It was her initial. Here we go. Convicts jammer back in the pack here. It's messy, it's hard, hits happening. Ooh, we've got jammers racing each other again. As Angel takes the inside on that one, sweeping through, hitting the pack at the same time. There we go, no lead jammer on that one. Oh! Got a jammer down. Jammer down. Everybody's going to take a knee in this situation. When a skater is down and on the track, no skating can happen until that skater is safely removed from the track. And with head injuries, it's very important that we take them very seriously. And quite often you do whack your head when you go down. We're really lucky here today. We've got the men in red, our first aiders. We were coming up with some really great names for first aiders. We encourage all to be first aiders to consider it. I quite like pasta plaster.
I really like, what is it? Fuck.
We've also got a vanilla iso. I think that's pretty good. And she's up. There she is. Well done, Angel. Number 737 for Bay City Rollers. Helmet back on.
Fucking
Back
loco.
into it.
Fucking loco. Fucking loco. Fucking loco. Official.
There we go. They come in. We've got 6 minutes left on the clock here, so we're going to have a few more jams yet. Here's that move again where we're seeing Richter City taking the outside. Jammer caught in the pack there. It's Bambi. I've jammed against her. She hits harder. She's harder to hit down than she looks, ladies and gentlemen. That means she's taking some big hits tonight. She's off to the box. Bambi is off to the box. It is another power jam situation for Richter City Convicts. Let's see what they get up to this time. Oh, there is some We've seen lots of turning around, a lot of agility, and a lot of sweeping, and what we call the escort move, where you're literally digging in and sweeping another player to the side of the track, making a channel available for your jammer. Some hard trapping happening here. We go. Lots and lots of bumps sticking out and pointing at people where they want them to go. Here we go, Miss USA. This is Volcanic Ash.
That's going to be 5 minutes between the next 2 minutes.
Just 5? Yeah. Volcanic Ash is a skater who transferred to Richter City in Wellington from America. She loves it when the crowd chant, USA! 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 That was a big hit! This jam has decided she's just going to bust her way through, and she does it with a big shoulder change. The things you learn. Here we go, and we're into another jam. This time we've got Anna Pavey over for Richter City Convicts, and up against the Convicts, number 52. It's Flaming Chaos called Lee Jenner for Bay City Rollers. Give it up for Flaming Chaos, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to try and get some of those points. Anna Pavey over tight on her. She calls it. Oh, and a big spill right there at the end. I do love a good jam race. BCR out there, RCR out there. Just so you know, you might hear occasionally a Richter City chant, and it goes. It's pretty hard to learn. It goes convicts, 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 babes, babes, babes. Oh, some beautiful bridging there from number 69, Frockin' Loco. Here we go, JD Dodger. Jamming for Convicts. Crash Bandicoot. Hitting the peak speed, really trying to get those extra points. We are out there in the crowd, and if you, in any way, shape or form, quite like to indulge in a little bit of pizza, make sure you have a chat to them. Great big one. And we're over into another one. With just 2 minutes to go in this game, we're only going to see a couple more jams. And there's a major call on 37, that's Porterhouse Skate. Oh, and another jam tussle. Lead jam goes to BCR. Neither of the jammers quite sure who it was going to be. Looking to the rest for confirmation. She pulls it off as she approaches back. Really trying to minimize the damage. Minimize those points. So we start this bout with number 37, Porterhouse Skate in the bin, and BCR heading up to the pivot line. Anyone Cartage there in the pivot hat for BCR. She does used to do a lot of coaching for the league too. She's up there with Jet Payne and the Sheriff. BCR getting that lead jammer again. There is sheer determination from these jammers. And they are not scared to engage the other jammer. Now, pulling it off, getting another jam in. We're getting really close now. This will probably be the last jam of the Convicts versus BCR game here tonight. We're going to have just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes between between games for you to refresh yourselves and get ready for the next exciting installment. The refs have decided one more jam in this round. That's just 5 minutes for the teams catch their breath before going up against Mount Militia. Here we go, we're into the last jam. Last jam, here we go, struggles from both teams there. Oh, and a big hit on JD Dodgem. Here we go, there's tussling. Both of them really want it. JD Dodgem is not the lead jammer. She collected a penalty on her way through. If you collect a minor penalty on your way through your initial pass, you cannot be called lead jammer. On that pass, she's sent for a cut. She's off to the box. BCR jammer is released. But this does mean there can be no lead jammer. This will be a full 2-minute jam. Both jammers really want it. Big hit to the inside on JD Dodgem there. And that's Crash Bandicoot again. That's right, ladies, full 2-minute jam. And JD Dodgem is off to the box again, this time for forearms major. Bambi is really tussling her way there at the back of the pack. This is a hard jam, ladies and gentlemen. And she's off to the box as well. And that is the end of Richter City Convicts versus Bay City Rollers. Let's have a big cheer for both teams, ladies and gentlemen.
Me.
What an
But I liked him, and you liked Anne, and I liked Jim, and I liked you, but you liked her, and I liked Ben, and you were with Jennifer. Why does it hurt when I know we'll never be together? How was I supposed to hang on to you forever? You're blind, I wanna make you mine, but time runs short, and then goodbye. Let's go back and pretend you never broke my heart. Let's rewind and pretend we never said goodbye. Let's reverse and get back to the very start. Let's find out if you ever shared it all. Back to that beat that did your mouth make. Life's a fish has always been my motto. One thing that never ever comes is tomorrow. This sucks, 'cause you're my only crutch, but time flies by, my mind's in flux. Let's go back and pretend you never broke my heart. Let's rewind and pretend we never said goodbye. Let's reverse and get back to the very start. Let's find out if you ever cared at all. Back to that beat that did your mouth make. Let's go back and pretend you never broke my heart. Let's rewind and pretend we never said goodbye. Let's reverse and get back to the very start. Let's find out if you ever cared at all. Back to that beat that did your mouth make. Let's go back to the start of the first verse. Let's revamp and redo the past. Let's make love more than just an obscure curse. Let's see if we can make this last. Did you love me? You liked me, but I liked him, and you liked Anne, and I liked Jim, and I liked you, but you liked her. And I liked Ben, and you were with Jennifer. Let's go back and pretend you never broke my heart. Let's rewind and pretend we never said goodbye. Let's rewind and pretend we never said goodbye. Let's reverse and get back to the very start. Let's find out if you ever cared at all. Back to at the edge, did you like me? Let's go back to the start of the first verse. Let's revamp and redo the past.